guys see what's in my Zrat Hashem, Holy Chavra. Holy Chavra, let's fire it up. Lekavod Shabbos, Lekavod Pesach, Lekavod Shavuos, Lekavod Yom Yerushalayim, Lekavod Yom Ha'atzmaut, 15 days. There's a lot going on. A tefillah b'shem Kol Yisrael. For Pesach Reuven, Ben Yosef Asara, Baruch Bas Yehudis, Miriam Dodebas Chani Ochaved, Yonah Bas Basa, Shir Bas Basa, Sana Reuven Ben Mani, and every neshama in Klal Yisrael, Mamish. And I don't know if you guys sent the names to Moshe today, but Gevalt, is he giving us the good word? Help us judge ourselves. Help us achieve a state of calm concentration every day so that we'll be able to examine ourselves carefully and weigh our various activities and involvements for ourselves. Let us decide if it is right for us to spend our days acting the way we do. God forbid. Help us sustain our concentration for long enough to be able to examine ourselves calmly without allowing our thoughts to wander or avoiding what we have to confront. Let us follow this practice of calm self-examination persistently and diligently. What a tefillah. Rav Nassim, thank you. Thank you. What a, wow. Maybe Zocha to examine ourselves. Chavra, the last halacha in Siman Bet. Number 9. Performing any of the following activities requires one who engages in them to wash his hands with water. One who rises from bed, leaves a lavatory or bathhouse, cuts his nails, Erev Shabbos, just adding the Erev Shabbos there, cuts his hair, takes off his shoes, engages in marital relations, touches a loose, delouses a garment, even if he did not touch a louse, scratches his head, touches his body in places that are usually covered, leaves a cemetery, attends a funeral, or enters into a covered area in which there is a dead person, and one who hasn't undergone a bloodletting. So pretty much we're washing our hands 1,000 times a day. Gewaldig. But Kavra, Bezrat Hashem. I like the shoes one. That's big. That's big stuff. So just to know, halacha l'maisa. Kavra, we're on part 4, I believe, in Sichot 51. This is a big one. And we just got to dive right in. We got to be pearl divers. Rabbi Nachman tells us, do not be a fanatic. Serving Hashem is not fanatism. Those who pursue worldly goods are the true fanatics. The world will consider you a fanatic if you abandon all worldliness in your wander, in your quest for godliness. So let's realign ourselves as Kira is fogging himself up with the heavenly tea or the heavenly mud, the coffee concentration. Nachman tells us to not be very extreme. Do not be a fanatic. right? And the world actually views people who are involving themselves, right, in this world, in the worldly desires, as a fanatic. Let's re-examine. Serving Hashem without fanatism. What does this mean? Those who pursue worldly goods, right, worldly desires, are the ones who are really fanatics. But the world has it confused. They think that people who are on their journey to serve the Ribbon Shalom, who are deciding to serve the Ribbon Shalom, are the real fanatics. But let's open up our hearts. But you needn't go this far, for you can serve Hashem with restraint. Now, I want to go to the commentary of Rav Ari Rosenfeld to give us a little bit more clarity on what's going on here. We could, after reading the Sicha, after reading this part of the Sicha, we could ask ourselves the following, right? What then is important? How can I serve God? What does God really want from me? Right? When it comes to fanatism, when it comes to really our avoda in general on a day-to-day, and how can a person really serve Hashem? Rabbi Rosenfeld says something so gewaldic. A person could come to the following realization. I know I cannot understand Hashem well enough. I cannot serve Hashem properly according to his greatness, but I do want to. I want to serve Hashem the way Hashem wants me to serve him. It is this desire that is pure and sincere. If a person is possessed with a desire like that, then he is truly serving Hashem. Right? The tefillah that we were just davening about, right? The desire, the awareness, the clarity to have when we're self-examining ourselves, right? To uplift ourselves from the mud that's holding us down in this world, in our avoda, the ratzon to go further, to go higher, right? And Rabbi Nachman says that the ratzon is the highest form of service to Hashem. And now we have to open up our minds. I know Kira's mind is wide open, but let's enter into the gematria. So let's talk about the ratzon of the service of Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu, the gematria of Moshe, is 345. And what is this? One below ratzon, which is 345. Which indicates to all of us that Moshe was constantly trying to achieve perfection, constantly trying to go further, constantly have this thirst and desire to come closer to Hashem, to serve Hashem in a proper way. It is this ratzon that we're constantly trying to achieve every single day. To have a ratzon is a gift, right? To constantly try to renew ourselves, to be young, right? There was a Rabbi Nachman parable, which is so connected to this, which is about the deer. And the king was once pursuing a deer, and he was running. And his maidservants told him, you know what? You're never going to catch a deer. Come back with us. And the king responded, I'm going to continue to catch the deer. You guys could go back. The world is constantly telling us that you're a fanatic for trying to serve Hashem. You're weird. You're an outsider. We're constantly trying to release the princess. We're constantly trying to find the princess, to find the Shekhinah, to release the Shekhinah, to bring Geula, to bring Mashiach. The world is telling us, come back with us. Come back with us. We can't fall in that trap. And when we look at other people, this could be internally as well. Right? When Rabbi Nachman mentions the world around us could view someone who's serving Hashem as a fanatic, and like they're off, They're weird. They're an outsider. They could also be within the Jews that see other Jews in that same light, in that same way, chas v'shalom, a million times. We all know, we're not going to go into the full story, but the turkey prince, another parable from Rabbeinu, where a king, a royal prince, once became mad, thinking that he was a turkey, and we're going to paraphrase, even though I'm probably going to get the paraphrasing wrong. But he decided to sit under a table naked. Everyone was trying to cure him, coming over to him, catering him, but there was no cure. It seemed like there was no cure. Comes a sage and says, I know what to do. Asked him a couple questions. What makes you think you're a turkey? What makes you think you can't wear a shirt? And in the end, after this whole process of questioning, the sage cured the prince, I believe. Does anyone know the story offhand? Gewalt.
Definitely sounds familiar.
What the sage was trying to tell, or one of the many secrets of the story, what the sage was trying to tell the prince was that we're all turkeys at the end of the day.
I think, sorry to just the main point with the way the question was asked isn't like, why can't you put on, like, is saying, why can't a turkey put on pants? So you should put on pants because a turkey could wear pants. That was how he convinced him, I think, what I remember.
Right.
And that's like what you're saying. The conclusion is like, we all might be turkeys. It doesn't matter.
We're all turkeys. We're all turkeys, which is geschmack. So when it comes to judgment of other Jews, there's no such thing. At the end of the day, we all possess a chelak elokami mal. At the end of the day, we're all turkeys. We're all just trying to come closer to Hashem with that ratzon. Everyone has a different type of ratzon in different ways. Externally, they could look different, but internally, they mamash have that fire. Bezrat Hashem, we should be able to bring that fire out of ourselves, out of other people. Don't be so extreme. And mamash, just always strive. Always know there's another level. Always know that we're always chasing that deer. And let's not give in to the world around us that's telling us to stop. It's telling us to come back with them. Bezrat Hashem. Questions, comments?
Jackie, a comment. I said that under the table that we're all turkeys. It's not just different people, it's different doctors. Try to bring different doctors to, and then the sage was the.
Wow, that makes everything so much more clear. Well, I gotta go over the story.
It's also, I saw in the parish, the table is your own world. Going above the table is you're having a Hashem in your life, and you're doing about Hashem. The clothing is mitzvahs, Torah mitzvahs.
Wow, Ami, let's go, baby. Let's go.
It's from a parish from Rav Avram Greenbaum. I don't know if you saw it as a parish on the Turkey Prince.
No, but I want to see it after this.
Sure.
Wow.
I'll send it over.
Thank you, Hashem, for allowing us to mention the Turkey Prince and just allowing the secrets to come on. So good. Thank you, Ami. Anyone else? Questions, comments? There's a million ways to analyze this this part of the Sicha. Talking about mitzvos. There's so many. Start the Shem. Okay, Chaver, we shall be healthy, happy, and successful in whatever we're doing, wherever we are right now. Florida, Inglewood. No, where are we?
The land.
The land. Gewaldic. Or if we're in Rav Shlomo's Beit Midrash. Chevra, be well, fired up, and we'll continue tomorrow. Be'ezrat Hashem.